Hey everybody. Hey, for this episode we're doing things a little different.
Yep, we are in Sings Canyon State Park in Lander, Wyoming, and Phil here has had a little trouble with his elbow.
Ow.
So that's had him online doing some research and doing a whole lot of phone calls with the VA. So while he's going to get you all up to date on all of that, I'm going to get back to work.
So if you're a veteran and you're a traveling veteran like an RVer, stick around because I'm going to give you some tips that may have you go into your nearest eligibility and enrollment office to check about possible VA healthcare. This is for a lot of my veteran brothers and sisters who are out there. It's kind of tilted towards RVers because there are a ton of veteran RVers out there on the road, either full-time or part-time, and this information is useful. Before I kind of go into this, I want to say that I do understand that some people have questions about the quality of the VA healthcare system, and that is just a personal decision by you or your veteran to make the call whether they want to receive the kind of care that's available to them. And I don't want to necessarily get into that, but I want to kind of address three really huge assumptions about VA healthcare and whether you or your veteran qualify for the VA healthcare system. And the way I want to put this together is with the tilt on the full-time or part-time RVer who is crossing the country, who is retired, or they spend a significant amount of their time driving around the country. And I'll keep it as short as possible because we have short attention spans. First, only veterans with 100% service-connected disability can get comprehensive or complete health care at a VA healthcare center. That means that anyone below 100% only gets seen for service-connected disability. So you broke your thumb in the military, and that's the only disability you have, the disability rating. If you have an issue with that thumb, that's the only time you can go to the VA healthcare system. False. Once you are in the VA healthcare system and you've been enrolled and you've been assigned a doctor, it's for comprehensive care. Now, there are differences based on what your disability rating is or whatever qualification you had coming into the VA healthcare system, and that may include whether or not you receive dental, whether or not you have to pay some co-pays or that sort of thing, or even if you have to qualify for certain income limits or whatever. But don't worry about that now. I'm going to put some links down below. The bottom line is, even if you had zero disability when you left the military, if you qualify and they tell you qualify, you are pulled in for comprehensive care. All right. Isn't that crazy? The second myth is, and I kind of alluded to this before, but if you are accepted into the VA healthcare system and say that's in Phoenix where I'm from, that's my hospital, I'll have a doc there, that's who I see, and that's the only place I can get healthcare through the VA. It's my local hometown VA. False! Now, you have a primary care doctor there, and that is generally where you're going to receive some care, but if you are a person like me who is a traveling veteran or you travel a lot for work, once you're accepted in the VA healthcare system and your doctor says that you need some blood tests or some x-rays or you need to pick up some prescriptions, then what you just need to do is contact your local VA healthcare center's traveling veteran coordinator. That traveling veteran coordinator will work with your doctor and your nearest VA healthcare center, wherever you are, and make sure that that's where you can go to pick up your prescriptions, get that x-ray, or get the blood work done. Once I enrolled in the VA healthcare system, they want to take a look at this elbow. They want to take a look at this weird hand that I've got. I suffer from a condition called Dupuytren's contracture, and they also wanted to see how well I was doing with diabetes. I'm a type 2 diabetic. So what did the doc do? put in all the stuff that she needed me to get. I contacted my traveling veteran coordinator, who reached out to the Black Hills VA Healthcare Center there in Sturgis, South Dakota, and I went in for an appointment and got all that stuff done. That is crazy huge for a traveling RVer, to be able to go around the country and visit any one of hundreds of VA healthcare centers or outpatient clinics and get care as I move around the country. So traveling veteran coordinators are out there at your VA healthcare centers to help all you full-time or part-time RVers crisscrossing the country. All right. Another assumption is that if you are retired and you are enrolled in TRICARE, the military retired and active duty insurance program, you can't double dip. That means that you've got a doc within the VA healthcare system, that you can't have a doc in the TRICARE healthcare system at the same time. False! You can have two blankets of healthcare coverage with both the VA and TRICARE. If you're accepted into the VA healthcare system, that's an extra layer of coverage that you can have for yourself as a veteran as you travel around the country. Isn't that great? What I love about that is that I can pick and choose which healthcare I get, TRICARE or the VA. Right now, I'm more inclined to say I want to use the VA for the routine stuff while I travel, and then I want to use my doc in Arizona if I'm coming back to Arizona every year, for example, for some of the bigger stuff, because I like that doctor. But who knows, there may be a time where I have to go through something significant through the VA, and I'm going to pick the VA. Generally speaking, you don't necessarily want to cross streams, name the movie, but that means that you're seen for one thing and then you go to get seen for the same thing at your other doc. That kind of defeats the purpose. You can get medical records and share them with your primary care doc within the TRICARE system, and vice versa. You can work it so that you get whatever the care is. Now, do you see the theme I'm talking about here? The VA is for veterans, and they are very, very conscientious about taking care of all the veterans that are out there. So the question is, do you qualify, or does your veteran qualify for VA healthcare benefits? And the only way to do that is to go online, contact the VA, preferably go in and speak to a counselor at the enrollment and eligibility office. If you go in there, you will be assigned to one of 8 priority groups. Priority group 1 are 50% or more disabling conditions, service-connected disability, so that's 50 to 100%, or they were determined to have a service-connected disability which makes them unemployable, or Medal of Honor recipients. That's priority group 1. Priority group 2 is any veteran with a 30 or 40% disability rating from the VA for service-connected issues, and then it goes down from there. Priority group 3, 10 to 20%, and then they have other qualifiers such as are you a former prisoner of war? Did you receive the Purple Heart? Or were you medically discharged? Right? So it kind of gets a little bit more focused as you go down the priority group, and then it works its way down. It goes through priority group 7, which is for veterans whose gross household income is below VA income limits and they're willing to agree to pay copays. That's priority group 7 out of 8. And then 8 is for veterans whose household income is above VA income limits and they're willing to agree to copays. So really, all veterans of any condition can be considered for eligibility, and the only way that you can ever find out if you're eligible is to go to the nearest VA and have them look, because having that extra blanket of healthcare is huge for us traveling veterans. Once you're in the healthcare system, then you can talk to the VA and talk about what your copays are, what other special requirements there are, but for the most part, once you're enrolled, it is for full comprehensive health care. So I hope this was useful. It's not a long video. I just wanted to get the information out there. If you are a traveling veteran, make sure you go to the VA to have them look at you and to see if you qualify for acceptance and enrollment into the VA. When I spoke to a counselor, they said when you go to the Eligibility and Enrollment office, come in with your DD-214 and also come in with your income statement from last year, like a tax return from last year, so they can see where you are on your income limits, because that's particularly useful if you were rated below a 0% disability. Oh, one more thing. There's another cool benefit that I found for traveling veterans like us. If you have been seen by the VA healthcare system within the past 24 months and you suffer what you feel to be a serious, debilitating, or life-threatening condition, such as the need to go to an ER, right? This isn't for the sniffles. This is for something where you feel that life or limb are in jeopardy. Go there, but within 72 hours, contact your VA or contact the nearest VA so that they can coordinate with the nearest VA healthcare system and that emergency room to resolve the bill for that visit. That is incredible. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'm going to put as many important links as possible below. I'm going to give you a phone number down here that will give you the opportunity to speak to a counselor, to speak to someone in like a national call center. You can contact the VA, go to the va.gov, put in your location, go find the enrollment and eligibility office, get that phone number and give them a call and ask them questions. But at the end of it all, check out to see if you qualify for VA healthcare, because for RVers like us, the VA healthcare system is huge. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button to watch us on our journey of a year to volunteer. If you've never seen any of our videos, we travel all 50 states. We volunteer for a minimum of 365 volunteer days, and that's our mission. Right now we're at 182 volunteer work days, but we're only going to our 11th state, so we're only 1/5 of the way there with over a half of our volunteer day goals met. So we're probably going to roll that over a couple of times before we hit all 50 states. But travel along. We help community organizations who need a helping hand, a lot of state parks, some nonprofits out there. And if you are in an RV and you are traveling, look us up. Find us at ayeartovolunteer.com. If you have any questions about volunteering with us, send us an email at ayeartovolunteer@gmail.com. But definitely subscribe, watch our videos, and look below at a list of our projects so you can see if you can meet up with us somewhere. Okay, have a great day, everyone, and really hope this was useful.